गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Okay, last time we saw 2 weeks back the 15th chapter very elaborate, 15th verse very elaborately. Second Kathopanishad 2, Canto 3, 15th verse. Okay, we saw that elaborately. Now, in fact, we are at the far end of the Upanishad. He is giving you, the Upanishad itself is giving some contemplation so that people can make this knowledge their own. Remember, starting from Nachiketa's question, a simple question, Asti teke nasti teke, is there life after death? Which Yama could have very dismissively answered. Do you not know where you are standing? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah. But he gave that all that talk about prayers, etc., etc., etc. At the end of which he came up with a very elaborate question, Anyatra dharman, etc. After having said all that, then the whole knowledge was unfolded, everything. So Nachiketa will be able to walk away free. Okay. Nashto moha smritir labdva. No problem. Let me go and surprise my dad now. Old time sake. It'll be interesting how he receives me. But for now, that is possible, of course, for someone who is fully ready to understand Vedanta. We have seen all the qualifications necessary for Vedanta, Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, etc. And as I said earlier, nobody comes to Vedanta fully prepared. Nobody. Outside the pages of the Upanishads, there is no one who has gone fully prepared. Speaker included. Speakers, Guru Bhai is included, okay? Nobody has gone 100% ready. We all got ready as part of the game. That's why here the Upanishad is giving some contemplation, etc. So that you can own up this knowledge, make it your own. Okay. Then he says, before that, he puts in one verse which talks about the travel of the jiva after death. Okay, here it is. Shatam cha eka cha hridayasya nadyah tasamurdhanam abhinishatu srutaika tayo urdhvamayam annamrutam tameti Vishanganyaha utkramena bhavanti. Hridayasya nadayaha shatam cha eka. There are 101 nadis from the heart, passing through the heart, he says. Now what are nadis? Nadis are energy meridians. Pathways of energy. Prana Shakti flowing through you. But if you dissect the body, you will not see it. If you dissect the body, all that you will see will be arteries, veins, nerves, etc. These are physical. Why? Because they have to carry things physically. Blood, lymphatic fluids, electrical impulses. All this has to go. So those things you will see physical. Nadis you will not see physical, because energy is subtle. It does not need a physical pathway. It has a pathway, but it need not be purely physical. Marked out like how a vein or artery is. So this is saying 101 main nadis. There are more. Okay. In healing, etc., or in martial art, both, we use about 12 of them. Okay. 12 of them will be used in Ayurvedic practice for what is known as prana chikitsa, healing by pranas, or it's also known as marma chikitsa. In Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu and all is available. No? Areas like this, there are practitioners who do this, prana chikitsa, etc. Very useful, especially when it's combined with other Ayurvedic treatments. So, this is about 12 nadis are used. Okay. There he says, out of them, tasam murdhanam abhinanti srutaika. One nadi out of the whole lot. Your main nadi, also known as the Sushumna. Okay. There are various names. In yoga and this, we will call it Sushumna. In Qigong practitioners, we will call it the thrusting channel, the main nadi. So the center of the head, from the perineum to the center of the head. Okay. Right from your perineum to the center of the head. Shateka. That is one that goes right straight to the top without anything. There are other nadis also which go to the top. But they all have twists and turns. Then he says, Tayor urdhvamayam annamrutam tatvamethi. If after death, when you are dying, if your jiva leaves through that nadi, you go to Brahmaloka. Immortality here is relative. Okay? If you have done a lot of upasanas, energy work, etc., then you will go through this nadi. Brahmaloka prapti. If your jiva is leaving through others, vishang anyaha utkramane bhavanti. Either amritatvameti or utkramaneti, meaning you rise to other lokas, come back to earth again. So how do you ensure that on death you are going through that? How are you going to ensure? हो सकता है. There are a lot of practices available. A lot of practices. Are you willing to spend 3-4 hours every day? Every day, not once a week, 1 hour class. We are talking about 2-3 hours every day. No, na? Then attend Vedanta class and gain immortality right here. Okay, take your choice. What do you want? Once a week you attend the class. Other times, 2-3 times a day, you would listen to some videos. You do some your own reading. You spend a lot of time thinking about it. Do some japa dhyanam. That's enough. So then that is about 20 minutes every day. And 1 week class. Though if you want to follow this, then couple of hours every day minimum couple of hours. As the practice advances, it will become 2-3-4 hours. Take your choice. What do you want? I can teach both. But can you take it is a question. And all that energy work teaching is not online, okay? It's not online. Yeah. I have to see how it moves in your system. Yeah. So, then you'll have to find somebody else to go and learn from. wherever you all are staying. Okay. And there also there is no guarantee for moksha. Utkramanti. Amritaha bhavanti is Brahmaloke. There, at the end of the Kalpa, Brahmaji will teach you. You don't have to come back to earth, okay? You have a good time in Brahmaloka. Aram se. No old age issues, no aging problems, no health issues. All those things are not there. None of those issues. But loneliness can be there if there's no one whom you know there. You'll have to make new friends, okay? Chances that you will meet people whom you know are very remote anyway. And my question is whether you really want to meet them also. That also is open to question. Yeah. Yeah. Like, do you want to have your neighbor there also? So there you will stay until the end of the Kalpa, and Brahmaji will teach you and you will be free. Hopefully. Hopefully, okay? Or get your freedom right here now. But this, since the possibility exists, and the Upanishad is supposed to reveal what we can't figure out by our own logic, it's a pramana, it mentions it. The practices are also mentioned, okay? Not in the Upanishad, they are left for the teachers to do. They are a oral tradition, here and there you will find mentions about it, but that you have to learn from a teacher. It's too dangerous to be available in a printed form. This practice is gone wrong means you will go crazy. If the hard practices go wrong, you will burn all your internal organs. Liver, spleen, pancreas, heart, lungs, kidneys, etc. will be fired. Will get into problems. If the soft practices go off, you can lose your mind. If the soft practices are not done properly, you can go. Haven't you seen some sadhus on the street, etc., totally mad? Or in Hardwar, Rishikesh, when you come, you will see some of them totally gone. They are like acting like madmen. Next time you will come to Rishikesh, I will show you one who keeps coming to our ashram. And he knows I can help him, but I don't know what practices he has done that has made him like this. And he is not in a position to tell me. If he tells me, I can help him get out of it. But you can understand the problematic situation he is in. He'll always come and spend some time with me. Yeah, but I don't know what he has done. So unless I know that, how do I help him out of it? So those, if any of you are experimenting with those, be careful, okay? Be careful. Yeah. Unless you have a great teacher with you, an authentic teacher with you, don't even try it. All right. So then, as I said, the upasana, the contemplation, okay, of owning up the truth is said in the next verse. Angushtamatra purushoantaratma sada jananam hridaye sannivishtaha tat shariram pravrajya munjadikshikam dhairyena tam vidyat shukram amritam tam vidyat shukram amritam iti. Angushtamatram purushaha. Don't take these literally. These are all only for contemplation. Angushtamatram, the size of your thumb. The purusha, the size of the thumb. Okay. Antaratma. This is the antaratma. Where is he? Sada jananam hridaye sannivishtaha. Of all, always, of all people, is available in the heart. What did Yama talk about? The Atma being unconditioned by time and space, no? Limitlessness, isn't it? If Atma is limitless, why are you taking it as only Angushta Matram? Because, look at the next verse that is coming in. Look at the next part of the verse. Tam shat sharirat pravhe unmajad ishikat dhairyena. That Angushta Matram Atma, you have to separate out from the body, etc. Exactly like how you will take that munja grass and separate it out from all the coverings. At the core, you will find it very delicate. Because what is the problem in not understanding Vedanta? You have to understand that to understand this verse. The problem for not understanding Vedanta is predominantly lack of Atma Anatma Viveka. If you look at all the books available, they will take Viveka as though it's clear thinking, razor sharp thinking, sharpness of a blade, not the sharpness of an axe. All that stuff you will find. But remember, it is called Atma Anatma Viveka. What are you, what is you, and what is not you? If the Atma is lost in the folds of the stomach, I am this much only, no amount of teaching is going to work. Yes, Atma is Satyam Jnanam Ananda. Correct. It is limitless consciousness. I have to realize that. Correct. You will postpone it. Postponement is natural. Yeah, I know. Atma is like that. Sachidananda Swarupaha. Yes. I have to realize that. Arey, you are that. Yes, Swamiji. Mundi hilayega. Yes. I understand. But I have to feel it, no? I know gurus have gone bald because they tore their hair out listening to such talk from their students. The I is mistaken for the body, for the mind, for your prana, for your energy, for your knowledge, for your thinking, for your ideas. I is mistaken for all this. So you have to see yourself as distinct from all this. Independent of all this. First distinct, then independent. Atma, the Upanishad starts only with the body, but really speaking, that identification goes more to all the roles that you play. So you have to see yourself first as free from all your roles. You can continue doing your roles because people are always scared. If I study Vedanta, will I do my roles? Of course you will. What is the problem of roles? Just because you studied Vedanta doesn't mean you have become incompetent to fulfill your roles. But there are always people who behave like that. That is why the problem. Like I know this lady, especially I am saying this for the Calcutta group. There was this lady in Calcutta who was studying from my Guru Bhai. And she ditched her family, this, that, etc., walked away. God knows what she is doing. She has not taken sannyasa or anything. But even for her daughter's marriage, she didn't turn up. Her sister had to give away the daughter in marriage. Meaning the mother's sister. So such stupid behavior you see by people. So because of that, people think like this. That people can't play the roles. Anyway, that apart. To see that you fill up the role. The role is dependent on you. You are independent of the role. First level. That means understand yourself as a simple human being. As an awareful being. First step. Very important. Drop that "May Ma Hu" dialogue. You know what is "May Ma Hu" dialogue? No? The most difficult role to drop, mother. So, see yourself as independent of the role. As mama, if you want to do some things, do something. That's okay, that's fine. Though I'm sure in this class, most of you have children who don't need you anymore. You're deluding yourself into thinking they need you. They may like you, they may want you, that's a different thing. Yeah. Barring maybe one or two. Yeah. So, to see yourself as independent of the role, number one. Then, to see yourself independent of this body. This body is an instrument in your hands. You can make it do what you want. One of the fringe benefits of learning yoga is like that. Is that, Why? You find you can tie yourself into a knot. Ye karo, oh karo. Haan. I never thought I could do all this. Correct. Means what? You are independent of the body. You can make the body do things. So, you have to see yourself independent of your emotions. You can change your emotions as you want to change. You change your thinking, the emotions change. Before your emotion comes up, there is a pattern of thinking. If the pattern of thinking is identified and changed, your emotions will change. And if thinking and feelings change, a little bit of will you can convert into actions, change your behavior. But people are in denial. They don't change their thinking, they don't change their feeling, and they deny their behavior. That denial comes from there. Because you are not willing to accept that certain behavior of yours is problematic, certain actions are problematic, because certain feelings are inappropriate, and that because the thinking pattern behind them. So now look at it. Thinking, feeling, action. Action, body. Roles. You are the one independent of all that. So he says, contemplate on the Atma, I, Angushta Matram, because you emotionally you feel the I here. You don't say I here, do you? Even if you are a thinker. Remember, the sense of I is a conceptual thinking. It's a concept you have about yourself. Concept is in the head. But do you say I or do you say I? May. Where do you feel it? Right now. Try it. I. Where do you feel that? I. I here? I. Or I here? So there. You feel it there now? Let us go with that. Therefore, Angushta Matram. See that I am not this body, I am not. From this awareful being, I have dropped all that I am not. In my understanding, I am dropping. And making that, recognizing that as a fact of my life. This is it. This is a fact. This is not a theory or a practice. This is a fact. I recognize this. So in the initial stages, oh, but Atma is limitless. You may not be able to relate to a limitless Atma. Therefore, he says, do this Atmanatma Viveka enough until you know that you are independent of the body, mind, etc. The whole complex you are independent of. I. Then he says, Dhairyena, yeah. Then that Atma that is left behind after all the negation is done, that I, from that awareful being, I negated all the being part, all that body, mind, etc. Only that awarefulness is left. That awareness is nothing but limitless consciousness. That is the second part of the contemplation. First part of the contemplation is to come to the I. Simple I. The next part is that I, Angushta Matram, is nothing but limitless consciousness. He says, once you do that, this is tam vidya chukram amrutam, tam vidya chukram amrutam. That's it. The Upanishad is over practically. Any questions on this? Because I want you all to understand this part very clearly.
Swamiji, Karthik here.
Yeah.
Just for my understanding, is Atma, Anatma, Viveka different from Drik, Drishya, Viveka?
No.
Or are they the same?
Same. No. Drik Drishya is a methodology, is a name given with respect to how you are doing it. Seer, seen, logic. The logic is seer, seen. With the Anatma, Anatma is the same thing. You use the logic of seer and seen to come to Atma, Anatma, Viveka. That I see the body, I am independent of the body. That logic is used to understand that I am that conscious being and everything else is not me. I am intimately connected. At the beginning you can even say it is mine, though it is not really mine, but you can say that, but I am independent, recognizing that. It is lack of this step because of which Vedanta is not clear. The first block is right here. People say, no, I understand I Atma, but I can't understand I am everything. If you understand I am that conscious being, I am that awareness, next step of being everything is very easy. But people get stuck right here. They think they understand. But that understanding does not color their emotions. Exactly, because we have been living like that. We are not always lived by our understanding. Yeah. Street food. We have all studied it is unhygienic. Have you seen that character's hands? His fingernails? No, Swamiji, he uses gloves. He doesn't use gloves. He uses a plastic cover. Which is inside, which is outside, God knows after 2-3 uses. You won't know which is inside and which is outside. Which is inside and which is outside, you will not know after a few uses. We know it is unhygienic, but we justify. No, So what are we doing? We are denying our own, we are living, denying our own logic. But Swamiji, should we be that strict with ourselves? No. Once in a way, go and eat street food, understanding fully well that this is a problem, but I am giving in to my feelings, my desires, and enjoying it. So at least there is no conflict here. There is no split created here. You have full awareness you are doing it. And come home and have some kujjarishta or some ajwain. Chew up some roasted ajwain so that your stomach is taken care of. Do you know that half the Indians who are around 50 or more, half of 50%, have some bacteria in your system? If it flares up, you will have a problem, you will take antibiotics. If it doesn't flare up, you think you are healthy. Either it will be a bacteria or it will be a fungus. It is there in our system. Yeah. All this comes from where? Doesn't matter. It's okay. As long as we are functional, we are fine. But what it does to your mind? The split that we create. So compensate that by doing a lot of contemplation. This contemplation you have to do on your own to see yourself as free. Yeah. Do that. Once you do that, then you will find that as much as your Atma Anatma Viveka is clear, you are seeing yourself as that conscious being. If you find the conscious being first difficult, come to simple human being. That I am free from my roles. Roles depend on me, I am independent of my role. Do that. Otherwise, the roles bog you down. The labels that you have given yourself bog you down. Oh my God, in today's world, what all labels we give ourselves. I have met people who's, during my time, label was simple. Man, woman, Indian, no foreigner, religious identity. They're enough to create an issue. But itna hi tha. Now, man or woman is doubtful. Sometimes I'm he, sometimes I'm she. I don't know whether I should say this. I was at an environmental conference some time back. Everything I do, I don't put it on YouTube or this thing, okay, or Facebook. So some of these woke people are there. And this kid sits up and tells me, your generation has spoiled the future for us. We will take decisions about the future now. So I listened, I smiled. ठीक है यार, kid is getting angry and her belief systems are making her angry, it's all right. Which is going on in this, directly addressing. So after that, sometime I said, hey, you can't decide whether you are a man or woman. What are you going to make decisions about the future? No, it is not exactly politically correct. It's not exactly politically correct. Yeah. But that's what, how much of your identity, self-identity crisis you are creating for yourself. Yeah. We all have a male and female side to ourselves, no? We all have that. And maturity is about integrating both the sides and being one human being. But we create these labels, this identification, create more problems for us. One more identity to deal with. Apart from mama, this, that, etc., all other identities. So, first, simple human being. Be comfortable with that fact. I am just a human being. I am a Hindu and I am proud to be a Hindu. Yes, I am. But it is just a role, no? Hindu is an identity with the standpoint of my religion. I am a human being first who became a Hindu, no? I am a human being first who became an Indian, no? Yes. I have risked my life for the country and I will unhesitatingly risk again. But it's the role I am playing. It's not me. Not me. I am a human being who has become a patriot. I am a human being who has become a Hindu. I am a human being first. Yes, I am proud of our heritage, our culture, all that. Yes, I dedicated my life to it anyway. But I am a human being first. Then I am not even a human being. I am this awareful being. Next step. Human being standpoint is to help you drop the roles. Role identification. Help you drop that. Then human being from human being move to that awareful being. From that awareful being, all that knock off everything to just that consciousness. Then that consciousness is everything. So 3-4 steps, stepping stones. But we all want the highest first. Straight away, I want to contemplate on consciousness, which is everything. But Swamiji, they're contemplating not working. I'm worried about my daughter. Actually, in today's world, worrying about daughter is natural. How can you not worry? World is not a safe place or a good place. Natural. But you worrying about is not going to make her better or safer. She's old enough. She'll manage. She'll take care, like how you took care. You think all our parents didn't worry about? Huh? Some of you I knew when you were in your 20s or earlier. Think your parents were not worried about you? I know they were. Why? Your fathers have come and talked to me even though I was your age. Yeah, I mean, it's natural. But you manage, and you manage very well for yourself. Your daughters are also manage, your children also manage. No, chalo, let go. Do what is necessary, but don't get stuck in that role. Similarly, don't get stuck into this, I am human being. Another modern issue. I am a human being. I am neither male nor female, I am human being. Yeah, right now. Then from human being to conscious being, okay? You are the Sakshi, the witness of all this. Your human being is not you. The Sakshi is same. There were lifetimes when you were in different forms. Somebody, how do you know? Your behavior shows me. If I stimulate your Amagailda, the primitive brain, all your past life memories will come up. You will know what life form I was in some other life. Yeah, it is so natural. It's human. We have gone through all those lifetimes. So big deal. Human being also drop. That conscious being. Awareful. One is aware of everything. Sakshi. It gets a name in Vedanta called Sakshi. That Sakshi is what? Limitless consciousness. So, tam vidyat shukram amritam iti. So now, what are you going to do? You have to identify what you need to do. Where are you caught up? Because this medium does not always work for that. Unless you meet me once in a way and we have a discussion and I find out where you are. Then it will work. Then it will work. So, this class, all those of you who are in Bombay, once a month somewhere here or there, you should meet. Or meet me one-on-one. I am open to that. At your convenience. And others I meet whenever I am traveling, this, that, etc. I will meet. And I am regularly in touch with the people in UK because I go there for the... Yeah. Or they come here. Yeah. So how do you do that? Attend a camp or something like that? That always how is this aspects of my input to you will be missing. Then you will have to put greater responsibility, see where you are at what level, and see what you need to do. Do you need to come to the human being level first? Come to the Sakshi level? Or straight away go for Nididhyasana? What is it? You decide. You have to have the self-awareness. It's only a self-awareful person can become a self-realized person, okay? I'm deliberately using the word self-realized to make a difference between just being self-awareful and self-realized. Yeah. So, that is the method. So, in summation, in summarizing the whole teaching, this is what Yama says. Yeah. Because Nachiketa has been exposed to the knowledge right now. He is young, he has to go back to life, experience some life. He is mature enough, there is a maturity that he has far beyond his years, but he has to go back, experience life, own up the knowledge, make it his own. Acha. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's the thing. Then going further, okay, this is like the summary of the whole thing. मृत्योर प्रोक्ताम नचिकेतोत लब्ध्वा विद्याम एताम योग विधिम च कृष्णम ब्रह्म प्राप्त विरजो अभिभूत्य मृत्यो अन्यो एवं यो विद्यात् आत्ममेव मृत्योर प्रोक्ता, that which has been taught by Mrityu himself, by the Lord of Death himself, Mrityo proktam. Atha Nachiketo labdva, and gained by Nachiketa. Okay, this is how the parampara moves forward. Okay, Mrityu was the teacher, Nachiketa became the student, who in time can become a teacher himself. Okay, Mrityor proktam Nachiketo atha labdva vidyam etam yoga vidim cha krishnam. Etam vidyam, this knowledge, self-knowledge. Yoga vidim cha krishnam, and various other practices to get your mind ready, which he has spread it out throughout the Upanishad, including the last verse that we did. Yoga vidhi. Yoga is what? Mastery of the mind, okay? Don't think yoga only as tying up yourself into a knot. Mastery of the mind is yoga. Chitta vritti nirodha, mastery of the mind. Therefore, yoga vidim cha krishnam, both has been taught. Brahma prapto virajaha abhivudi mritya. Yeah. And that what happens? Brahma praptaha. You gain Brahman, there is nothing to gain. You discover you always were Brahman. Yeah. You always were Brahman. Brahman is a fulfilled being that you want to be. I didn't know I was a fulfilled being. I was seeking fulfillment here, there, everywhere. It's like one of my students who was a yoga teacher told me, Swamiji, first 25 years of my life, I was looking for fulfillment outside. Chasing the whole world here, there, the relationship, marriage, this, that, everything. Then the next 25 years, I started looking for it inside. Why? Because I became a yoga teacher. And then in my 50th year, I came to you, I came to Vedanta, and now I know it is me. It is neither outside nor inside, it is me. I am that fulfilled being. Brahma praptaha. Why is put as praptaha? Because it looks apraptam right now. You know, there are two types of gain. One is called apraptasya praptihi. Gaining what you never had. The money you never had, you worked and you gained. The house you never had, you worked and you gained. The partner in life you never had, you did some action and you gained. All this is apraptasya prapti. What you didn't have, by your effort and this thing, you gained it. Then there is something called praptasya prapti, gaining what you already had. You are searching for your keys all over the house. All of those. I'm getting late for work. Where are my keys gone? And a little one tells you, Dad, it is in your pocket. Don't be stupid. But instinctively it touches his pocket. Okay. So your wife asks from inside, where is it? No, I found it. Where was it? You don't answer, you quickly slip out of the house. Vedanta is like that. You left home, this, that, etc., searching for the truth. Rishikesh gave you, you have to sit on the Himalayan peak and meditate. Sab kuch kiya. What did you find? All that I seek is myself. Praptasya praptihi. You thought it was not there because of ignorance. Ignorance gone by teaching, you gain it. Therefore, Brahma praptaha, he says. That type of prapti. Brahma praptaha. Virajo abhibhudya mrityoho. You live free from death. Anyopi evam yo vidyad atmameva. Not only Nachiketa and Rama, anyone else who understands this teaching, anyone else who understands the teaching, that person is also on the same boat. Amritaha bhavati. Atmameva. Sachidananda Atma Sarupameva. Because the teaching is not, I am Sachidananda, okay, you all are idiots. That's not the teaching. Unless I see you as Sachidananda, how can I teach you Sachidananda? Every teacher has to see himself as Sachidananda first and see others also as Sachidananda. How do you teach? You can't teach. Otherwise, you will be teaching some academic topic. This Upanishad says that, that Upanishad says that, this is this. What do you say? I don't know. What is the truth according to you? Somewhere out there. I have met teachers like that also. They are not teachers. They are not Sampradayavats. They can give you some apata jnanam, general knowledge about it, they can give you. That much is good. That much is good. Therefore, anyone who knows it, he says, he is freed. Okay, anyone who knows it is free. Vidyadamritam yoga vidhim cha prasnam. Okay, Vidyadamritam. Then it ends with the simple prayer, which we have seen before. We'll just read it. Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvina vadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. With this, Katha Upanishad comes to an end. Okay. With this, Katha Upanishad comes to an end. So, two things can happen in the next class. Okay. The previous verse ended with multiple levels of meditation. Do you want me to do this for you all, one session in the class? This you have to reply, otherwise I have this thing.
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay, one
Yes,
person
Swamiji.
saying yes. Okay. 3-4 people have said yes. Okay.
Yes, Swamiji. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So next
Swamiji.
class, what I will do is, okay, I will take these 3 levels. Okay. One, dropping roles, being a human being, that type of meditation. Second, the Sakshi part. Third, the Nididhyasanam part. Okay. I will do that, and then if there are no questions based on the Katha Upanishad, so go over the Katha Upanishad. If there are any questions on that, I will answer. Otherwise, we will go into the next Upanishad I was thinking of, which will help everyone that is here, would be Kena Upanishad. It's a small Upanishad, but a very beautiful Upanishad. I think in the 8 Upanishads is there in the same volume, if I am not mistaken. Yes.
Yes.
So we have seen Mundaka, we have seen Katha Upanishad. Mundaka and Katha are very similar in many ways. Okay. Then we will see Kena Upanishad next. Okay. So if there are areas which you are not clear about, not understood well enough, please come with your questions next time. It is not the number of Upanishads that we finish that is important. It is how clear this knowledge is with you that's important. Yeah. If in one Upanishad everything is clear, why do you need other Upanishads then? You don't need. Okay, come. But why do you do half a dozen Upanishad? In the hope that if you don't get in one, you'll get in another, or altogether combined effect, you get it. Okay, fine. Yeah. Remember, it is not an academic study. It's a value-based study. And the value is your freedom. That I want freedom. I want moksha. I want to be that fulfilled being. That is the value behind the study. Therefore, it's very different from the academic study. It is not categorizing. Oh, this Upanishad talked about it. This Upanishad. All Upanishad talk about the same thing. Aham Brahmasmi, that's all Upanishad talk. Ways of approaching it may differ here and there. Yeah. But otherwise, all Upanishads talk the same thing. There is no difference. Yeah. So what are we doing in these classes? What are we studying? Not the Upanishad, we are studying you. What you are. The study is what you are. The Upanishad verses are a scaffolding for that study, are a structure for that study. So you feel, I've done this verse, gone ahead, okay. I tried once, few classes, not for a couple of years, when one batch of mine, teaching without a text. No text. Old Rishi type teaching. I sit down under a place and teach. For a handful, it worked wonderfully. Wonderfully, it worked. At the end, they said, Swamiji, it's all clear, we are free. But for the others, they said, Swamiji, we don't have anything to hold on to, we are all lost. I said, in fact, that's exactly the purpose, to negate all your things that you're holding on to. But they couldn't relate, they found it difficult. Therefore, I said, okay, we will teach the text, etc. So in some camps, I will do that. I used to do that for a long time. Then, because new people were there, I started taking a text in a camp. Maybe next camp I can do without a text and show you what traditional teaching is. Sit under a tree and teach, that type of teaching. Yeah, that's what teaching is about. Yeah. So, come prepared with your questions, etc. Those of you are planning to attend offline next class, please directly message Punjabication. Yeah. Because he is planning some small prasad, etc. So, that's why he wants to know the number. Okay. Okay.
Those who inform me will get the prasad.
Okay. I know my birthday celebrations are starting 1 week earlier. Okay. So good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.